Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator exclusively on DRF Bets. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 6 at Gulfstream Park on Fountain of Youth Saturday for 3-year-old fillies hoping to take that next step to the Kentucky Oaks. They're going a one-turn mile in the Grade 2 $200,000 Davona Dale Stakes. Let's take a peek at this field. There are some very competitive horses in here, and as you see by the morning line, tough to make a favorite. The 3 Girl with the Dream, well, she's won 3 in a row, including the Forward Gal. She won at 7 last time out. Going to try to get a mile here.
Yeah, some talented fillies in here, Dan. It feels like they're all kind of meeting at the right distance for now anyway. The one-turn mile feels like a nice stepping stone for a lot of these fillies. I think it's a really well-matched and competitive field.
Let's throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector because I'm not sure I completely agree. Mina Grita, the number 7, who's also cross-centered in a race on Friday, I believe, is expected to make the early lead. Blue bar scenario favoring horses on or near the early lead. Again, check timeformus.com after scratches are made official. This pace projector will automatically update. I think the 3, the Girl with the Dream's got to be on ascend. She's wired them in the last 2.
I sort of looked at it the same way. I can't believe that they would concede the lead with Girl with a Dream as she tries the mile for the first time. Me, Negrita, listen, if they decide to run here, she could make the early lead, I suppose, and she'll be a very big price in this race. I can't imagine that they're going to concede anything early, though, with the 3.
Shug McGahee has the 1, Kathleen O, who's hoping for a little bit of hitting up front. This horse is a perfect 2 for 2 in her career. Let's watch her victory in the cash run stake, going this 1-mile distance at Gulfstream Park on New Year's Day. Now, she did not break very well. She advanced on the outside. She ran right by me, Negrita, and she is off to the races. She wins easily with a 78 Beyer speed figure. She won her debut for Shug. Shug's not known for winning first out. He did that at Aqueduct in November with Kathleen O. Source can run a little bit.
Yeah, she really can. She's been good at both of her starts. It's funny because her career debut, you mentioned the Shug doesn't, he's not well known necessarily for having him cranked up. Caught a wet track going 7 furlongs, and Dan just had a really big pace in front of her that day. They were flying, and she came with a good finish to just get there. So I was sort of wondered when they stepped her up for the cash run if she was really that good or if she just took advantage first time out. I got to say, I felt like she took a huge step forward in her second start over Faster. You mentioned that she didn't break her. He just sort of hesitated at the start, but made an early move and was much the best last time. She's a dangerous horse in here.
She's 2 for 2 in her career. The number 2, Classy Edition, is 3 for 3. Now, all of those races came against New York breds, 2 in Stakes Company, including this victory in the Key Sense going 3/4 of a mile on November the 21st. And Arad Ortiz had this horse confidently placed on the far outside as the heavy favorite, and Classy Edition just is too good for them in the stretch. Respectable 76 Beyer coming on the hooves of an 82. She's got some ability, Mike. Now she gets a little bit of an acid test getting out of the state bred ranks for the first time.
Yeah, I think you would have to say that this is a pretty big step up in class. She ran well winning this race we're watching right now. I mean, they were cutting her back a furlong, and ultimately she was just way too good for that field. Listen, I think she's run really well in all 3 of her starts, Dan, and I really like the way she finishes her races off. So I actually feel like getting out to a mile here could actually work for her. We'll see what kind of price she is. I feel like this is, very clearly the toughest test of her life. So I wouldn't take too short a price on her. Not going to be surprised if she wins, though.
The number 3, Girl with a Dream. She's won 3 races in a row, 2 in gate-to-wire fashion, including the Grade 3 Forward Gal going 7/8 of a mile. And Louis Saez was aggressive with her coming out of the stalls. They were able to get a really nice breather while on a clear lead on the turn. And then they were able to beat a pretty nice horse in Radio Days who was odds on. Girl with a Dream, 86 Beyer speed figure. There doesn't look like a ton of pace in this race. If she gets the mile, she'll be tough.
Yeah, the pace feels like it could be a real advantage for her. We'll see how slow she can get away going if they make the lead with her in here. I don't really want to knock her, Dan, off of her 3 straight wins coming into this race. I can't say that I love, any one of those performances, but it does feel like she's getting better, and the pace could make all the difference here.
There's a chance that the number 4 Outfoxed might be very, very good. She's 3 for 4 in her career. The only loss came in her debut behind Echo Zulu, the eventual 2-year-old filly champion of 2021. So after that, she's won 3 in a row, including her seasonal debut coming off the layoff, the Gasparilla for Bill Mott going 7/8 of a mile. And she was under a little bit of a ride on the turn. I wonder if she was even 100% cranked up for this race, but she's going to get the job done. And the runner-up would come back to run second in the graded Rachel Alexandra with an 80 Beyer speed figure. Outfoxed, I think there's still something in the tank here from a Beyer perspective.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to use this horse, Dan, especially if the morning line holds. I like all of her races. All 3 of those wins are really nice performances. I really like her running style as well. She has really nice tactical speed to stay within range of this pace, and I liked her return from the left. I think there's plenty going on here. A horse that I think you have to take very seriously.
Another horse that can stay close to the pace, especially stretching out to the mile for the first time, is the 5, Sweet Danny Girl, who won her first 2 starts sprinting, including a stakes race at Keeneland, and she was just traveling very comfortably while 3 wide in that Myrtlewood, and then she was able to grind it out at the very end of the race. Last time out at Churchill going 6.5, Mike, the pace seemed solid. She was getting a similar trip, and she was just flat. I think she has some ability. It'll be interesting to see if she gets the mile, especially off the layoff.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what she does here. The layoff and the distance worry me a little bit about her, Dan. Obviously, her first 2 races are pretty good. I just struggled with trying to decide what to do with her when she won the Keeneland Stake in her second career start. Just got a really good trip that day, and the closers just never got involved. So I just wasn't really sold on that race overall. I didn't necessarily love her performance last time. I just didn't really see the excuse for her then, and I feel like this is a tougher race than that one.
Kenny McPeak sends out the 6, Cocktail Moments. This is a very interesting horse, a debut winner at Churchill Downs, and she rallied from way out of it at a gigantic price to win that day. She came back at the fairgrounds in a 2-turn race. She was the beaten favorite that day. I don't think that race is as bad as it might look on paper.
I kind of feel the same way. I don't, want to make a big excuse for her losing at 3 to 5 there, but I just didn't feel like she necessarily got the greatest tripper ride in the world that day. Spent a lot of the second half of that race sort of over behind horses down inside, and then had to alter course late. And I also sort of feel like maybe she didn't really want to go that far. So I don't mind them starting her back at the 1-turn mile, Dan. Her career debut, I thought it was really impressive. I know that there was a little bit of pace going on there and she sat it out, but she came with a big run off the turn.
And Mina Greta, who is entered on Thursday, we saw her be run down by Kathleen O. She came back in a non-winners of 1 other than. She was well beaten, but she does have speed. She has won at a mile, and maybe she can just shake loose and try to lull them to sleep.
Maybe the pace could make the race here, and maybe that is all it will come down to. It's hard to take her off of the race 2 back where Kathleen Otis ran right by her in the stretch going this distance, but we'll see.
Top pick time for the Davona Dale. Mike, Cocktail Moments may need a little bit of pace up front, but this horse kicked very nicely, as you mentioned in the debut, and she's going to be a good price considering she was 3 to 5 last time.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I mean, I sort of got it down to her and the Mod horse Outfoxed. I feel like they're 2 very interesting horses in here, and neither one of them will probably be favored.
I'm not sure what we're going to get from Sweet Danny Girl. I just think she faced a pretty good field at Churchill last time out. That winner came back to win 2 stakes at Turfway. She's now 4 for 4. Every race she's run has been an 85 Beyer. The runner-up just recently came back to pop a 90 Beyer speed figure in winning. I don't know. I think the mile's a concern. I think she's going to get a good trip up close with the 3. 6-4-2-1 for Mike, 5-3-4-1 for me, and the Davona Dale on Fountain of Youth Saturday at Gulfstream Park. Good luck.